Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is the part 5 of the LINQ tutorial series. In this video, we are going to talk about the differences between first and first or default. And this is very frequently asked question in the .NET interview. So if you are appearing in the .NET interview, most probably you will be asked the difference between the first and the first or default method. So both methods are extension methods, and we will see what are the main differences between these two methods. Now, if you can see, we have two collections. The first one is employees and the second one is departments. So both are lists. Now let's see what is first extension method. Now var emp equals to employees, so the name of the list is employees dot first. So if you type first, you will get an extension method, right? First extension method. Now if you hover on this method, you can see returns the first element of a sequence. So every time this particular extension method will return a single item, okay, or we can say it will return the first item. So you can see returns the list of the first element in the specified sequence. Now if I so you can provide a lambda expression within the first method. If you don't provide the lambda expression, then this method will return the first element of the collection. Okay, so if you hover on this emp variable, right, so you can see this is an employees object. So this is not a enumerable item, rather this is a one item from that collection, right? So employees collection is nothing but the list of employee, right? And whenever you are using this first extension method, this will return the first element of that collection. So we are not, so initially we are not providing any lambda expression within the method. Now if I try to print the name of the employee, so console dot write line emp dot, we can print the employee name. Okay, yeah, so just wait for a minute. Yeah, now if I run the application, so ideally we should be getting this value. So the first employee is David, right? So we should be printing David. So let's see what we get. Build succeeded. So you can see that it is printing David in the console, because David, the first employee is David, right? So it is, this particular extension method is returning the first element. Okay, so this is without the parameter. Now if I pass a lambda expression, then what will happen? So let's pass a lambda expression. So before passing the expression, so you can see we have two employees whose department ID is 2. So this Lisa and Sylvia. So both the employees have the department ID as 2. Now if I pass this lambda expression e arrow e dot department ID equals to 2, so what should be the output? So ideally we should be getting Lisa, right? So Lisa and Sylvia both have the department ID as 2, but this is the first extension method. So from that list of items, it will pick up the first element. So from Lisa and Sylvia, the first element is Lisa, right? So this particular employee object will be picked up, if you can see here, right? So if I print the name of the employee, we should be getting Lisa. Now let's run the application and see what we get. Bill succeeded and we are getting Lisa. Okay, so this is working as expected. Now let's see, if we put any department ID which does not exist in our application. So we have department ID 1, 2 and 3, right? But we don't have a department ID 4. So in that case, what will happen? Okay, so let's see that one. So if I put 4 and try to run the application, so you can see there is an exception. So exception is being thrown from the application, you can see, right? Which is system.invalid operation exception. Sequence contains no matching element. So that is the problem with this first extension method. So that is the problem of first method. If we don't have any matching element, this will simply throw simply throw an error, right? So that is the problem. Now we almost understood. So in order to use the first method, we must have the element in within the collection, otherwise there will be an error. Now let's see what is first or default method. So I'm just clicking on the continue. So this is the unhandled exception, we already saw, right? Now first or default method acts exactly similar like the first method. Okay, so there is no such difference between the first and the first or default method. The only difference is if there is no matching element, the first or default method will return null. It will not throw the error. So that is the difference between the first and the first or default. Now if I use first or default here, so this is the first or default method. Now we don't have a department with ID 4, right? So what it will return, it will return as null. So employee will store a null reference. So we can write this code to check this. Okay, so we can write an if else block. If emp not equal to null, then we can print console dot write line. We can just print the emp dot name, employee name. Okay, and else we can print dot write line, we can print null values. Okay, so let's see what happens. Okay, run the application. You can see it is printing null value. The application is not throwing any exception. So that is the advantage of using first or default. Okay, so that is the main difference. I think you understood this concept. But if you use the first method right here, then we will get the error. Let's check that one again. Okay, you can see we are getting the error, or we are getting the exception from the application. So that's the main difference. And I hope you like this content. If you have any doubt, you can comment down. I will go through your comments. I will try to go through your comments, and thank you, and subscribe to my channel.